Do you know that Bell's palsy and synkinesis are two different things? A person who suffers from Bell's palsy is likely to get synkinesis if there is delayed recovery or if there is overdoing of facial exercises or facial movements. But synkinesis is not just present in Bell's palsy. The synkinesis can be developed on the face due to other kind of facial paralysis as well. So now let's understand the clear difference between Bell's palsy and synkinesis. And I'll also tell you some important signs that you should observe on your face that will suggest you that your face is moving or shifting towards synkinesis so that you can act early. Remember, the sooner you act, the easier it is for you to reverse or reduce your synkinesis. The older the synkinesis, the more difficult it is to work on. In our OPD, we see a lot of patients coming to us with synkinesis, but unfortunately, they are not even aware that they are suffering from synkinesis. So, in this video, I'm going to dive in and help you understand the
Friends,
clear
when
difference
a patient
between
suffers
a
from
Bell's
Bell's
palsy and
palsy, the facial
synkinesis.
muscles are the one that gets paralyzed. These facial muscles are supplied by facial nerve. Facial nerve is a nerve that starts from your brain and then branches out in seven branches. The unique thing about this facial nerve is that it is controlled by two brain centers. Here in this image, what you are seeing are different brain areas which are responsible for different brain functions. It's the frontal lobe and the brain stem which has two different brain areas which are responsible for different function. For example, the motor cortex is responsible for your voluntary action, whereas the limbic system is responsible for your emotions on the face. When you get Bell's palsy, it's the problem within the nerve. That's why your facial muscles are not moving. It's not the problem with your facial muscles nor with the brain. But here, what happens is when you get Bell's palsy, you start focusing a lot on doing strong, forceful facial movements which are paralyzed. Do you ever remember focusing a lot on your facial movements when you used to move your face before Bell's palsy? No, right? But the moment you develop Bell's palsy, you try to do strong facial movements using
Moreover,
your
you
start
brain.
relying more on your logical center and using less of your emotional center. This changes the pattern in which the neurons in your brain fire. As this repeats over a period of time and you recover from your Bell's palsy, eventually there are some drastic changes that starts happening over a period of time on your face. And this drastic change turn into synkinesis. So, the first phase that will be your flaccid phase or acute phase of Bell's palsy, where your face will be completely paralyzed. Here, your incomplete eye closure will be very prominent, your face will be flaccid, the cheeks will be drooped, your corner of the mouth will be drooped, and jaws will be very significantly appear. In this phase, speaking will be difficult, closing the eyes will be more difficult for you, and chewing as well will be a difficult task for you. This is significant phase of flaccid paralysis. As the day will pass, you will reach towards this phase called a subacute phase or paretic phase. This is the phase where your muscles will be partially paralyzed, which means the muscles will be weak, not 100% paralyzed. You will observe that your eye movements will start getting normalized, the tone on your drooped cheeks will get better, the droopiness of the mouth will reduce, your jaws will improve, and there will be mild tension development which will be felt on the neck region. This is the time where you gain confidence and you feel that yes, you are recovering. The problem with this phase is since you are recovering and you feel a positive reinforcement, you feel good about your facial muscles, you still continue doing your facial exercises with force as you were doing it before, thinking that the more exercise you do, the more stronger your muscles will get. This is where the things can go wrong and you can develop something called as synkinesis, a phase which is the spastic phase of Bell's palsy. Here, there is a significant eye tension that you can observe. Your cheeks, which were once weak and loose, starts becoming more tensed and tight. The nasolabial fold will become dense due to the tightness around the nasal muscle. You will observe that once the mouth, which used to be drooped down, will now be pulled in upward direction. There will be a very prominent dimpling on the chin and the neck muscle, specifically the platysma muscle, will get tense and tight because this muscle is the one which is mostly affected due to tightness in this region. Synkinesis is one of the most devastating complications of Bell's palsy, where the involuntary movements and unnecessary contractions felt on the face makes the person feel constantly tensed, tight, insecure about his or her own face, and make things difficult for them. That's why preventing synkinesis is one of the best thing that one can do so that this particular problem doesn't arrive. So, have to summarize. The journey of Bell's palsy starts from acute, subacute to chronic phase. The good news is 95% of time people recover from Bell's palsy in subacute phase itself without residuals. So, the moral of the story is right therapy at right time helps you to save from this particular problem of synkinesis.
So friends, this was a very clear distinction between Bell's palsy and synkinesis. I hope you understand this video well. If yes, make sure to like this video. If you have any other doubt related to Bell's palsy and synkinesis, feel free to put that in the comment section below. On that note, I'll end this video here and I'll see you in another video. Thank you.